Chapter 14, Transmission Lines. There are 50 questions in this chapter. Number 1. Why does most of an RF current flow within a very thin layer under the conductor's surface? Because skin effect. Number 2. Why is the resistance of a conductor different for an RF current than for direct current? Because skin effect. Number 3. What effect causes the most RF current to flow along the surface of a conductor? Skin effect. Number 4. Where does almost all RF current flow in the conductor? Along the surface of the conductor. Number 5. What is the result of skin effect? As frequency increases, RF current flows in a thinner layer of the conductor closer to the surface. Number 6. Compared with coax cable, microstrip line has poorer shielding. Number 7. A section of waveguide operates like a high-pass filter. Number 8. Which of the following is not correct? Waveguide is an efficient transmission medium because it features low hysteresis loss. Number 9. What precautions should you take before beginning repairs on a microwave feed horn or waveguide? Be sure the transmitter is turned off and the power source is disconnected. Number 10. Which of the following statements about waveguide is not correct? Waveguide has high loss at high frequencies but low loss below cutoff frequencies. Number 11. Waveguide is typically used at frequencies above 1,500 MHz. Number 12. What is printed circuit transmission line called? A microstrip line. Number 13. Which of the following is a major advantage of waveguide over coax cable for use at microwave frequencies? Very low losses. Number 14. Microstrip line is printed circuit transmission line. Number 15. Which of the following is an advantage of waveguide as a transmission line? Low loss. Number 16. For rectangular waveguide to transfer energy, the cross-section should be at least 1/2 wavelength. Number 17. As standing wave ratio rises, so does loss in transmission line. This is caused by dielectric and conductor heat losses. Number 18. What kind of impedance does a quarter wavelength transmission line present to the source if the line is open at the far end? Very low impedance. Number 19. What is the velocity factor of a transmission line? The velocity of the wave on the transmission line divided by the velocity of light. Number 20. The driven element of a Yagi antenna is connected to a coax transmission line. The coax braid is connected to the center of the driven element and center conductor is connected to the variable capacitor in series with an adjustable mechanical arrangement on one side of the driven element. The type of matching is gamma match. Number 21. What determines the velocity factor in a transmission line? Dielectrics in the line. Number 22. A Yagi antenna uses a gamma match. The coax braid connects to the center of the driven element. Number 23. Why is the physical length of a coax cable shorter than its electrical length? RF energy moves slower along the coax cable than in air. Number 24. Why is an L network of limited utility in impedance matching? It matches only a small impedance range. Number 25. A Yagi antenna uses a gamma match. The variable capacitor connects to the gamma rod. Number 26. What is a typical velocity factor for coax cable with a polyethylene dielectric? 0.66. Number 27. What kind of impedance does a quarter wavelength transmission line present to the source when the line is shortened at the far end? A very high impedance. Number 28. For an antenna tuner of the series type, which of the following statements is false? The circuit is known as pi-type antenna tuner, or transmatch. Number 29. For an antenna tuner of the transformer type, which of the following statements is false? The circuit is known as a pi-type antenna tuner, or transmatch. Number 30. For an antenna tuner of the pi type, which of the following statements is false? The circuit is a series-type antenna tuner, transmatch. Number 31. Which type of network offers the greatest transformation ratio? Pi network. Number 32. The velocity factor of a transmission line is the ratio of the velocity of propagation in the transmission line to the velocity of propagation in free space. Number 33. What term describes a method used to match a high impedance transmission line to a lower impedance antenna by connecting the line to the driven element in two places, spaced a fraction of a wavelength on each side of the driven element? The T-match. Number 34. A quarter wave stub for use at 15 MHz is made from a coax cable having a velocity factor of 0.8. Its physical length will be 4 meters or 13.1 feet. Number 35. What term describes an unbalanced feed system in which the driven element of an antenna is fed both at the center and a fraction of a wavelength to one side of the center? The gamma match. Number 36. What kind of impedance does a half wavelength transmission line present to the source when the line is open at the far end? A very high impedance. Number 37. What is the term for the ratio of the actual velocity at which a signal travels through a transmission line to the speed of light in a vacuum? Velocity factor. Number 38. A Yagi antenna uses a gamma match. The adjustable gamma rod connects to the variable capacitor. Number 39. What is a pi network? A network consisting of one inductor and two capacitors, or two inductors and one capacitor. Number 40. How does a network transform one impedance to another? It cancels the reactive part of an impedance and changes the resistive part. Number 41. What term describes a method of antenna impedance matching that uses a short section of transmission line connected to the antenna feed line near the antenna and perpendicular to the feed line? The stub match. Number 42. Which type of network provides the greatest harmonic suppression? Pi-L network. Number 43. What would be the physical length of a typical coax stub that is electrically 1/4 wavelength long at 14.1 MHz? Now assume velocity factor of 0.66. 3.51 meters or 11.5 feet. Number 44. What advantage does a Pi-L network have over a pi network for impedance matching between a vacuum tube linear amplifier and a multiband antenna? Greater harmonic suppression. Number 45. A Yagi antenna uses a gamma match. The center of the driven element connects to the coax line braid. Number 46. The reciprocal of the square root of the dielectric constant of the material used to separate the conductors in a transmission line gives the blank of the line. Velocity factor. Number 47. The matching of a driven element with a single adjustable mechanical and capacitive arrangement is descriptive of a gamma match. Number 48. What kind of impedance does a half-wavelength transmission line present to the source when the line is shortened at the far end? Very low impedance. Number 49. For an antenna tuner of the L type, which of the following statements is false? The circuit is suitable for matching to a vertical ground plane antenna. Number 50. A Smith's chart is useful because it simplifies mathematical operations.